reiterate. Okay, so this is a getting back on track, so to speak, recording of our workout. Are you ready? Get your bars. And what you're going to see that I have here today is I have an 8-inch step. It's a very, it's made specifically to step up. It's very sturdy, solid. However, we're going to use it today. And anybody who's coming on with me in this format, you always need to have your step. And in many of your cases, you don't have one of these, but yet you have a step that you can do all the principles that I'm going to go over today on a stairway. So if you have a stairway, you're going to apply all these principles that I'm going to go through, and then we're going to work on a stairway. You have a wall generally, you have a railing that you can hold on to, just like this. See that? The reason I have this here is because that's what I'm going to start with first. And we've used this many times. However, we're going to do what's called sessions of repeating. So I'm going to step here and come back down. See that? I'm going to step here and come back down. I have my little chair for safety right here. I have my little bar. If you have a walking pole, that's all you need. Okay. Now, when you come down, you're going to turn your knee out like this. See that? Very different. I'm working on a raised platform. This one is only 2 inches. This one is 8 inches. Most steps are about 6 inches. Okay, step. So I'm going to come up. So I put full weight into my leg, bring the knee up, swing it, and step down with your toe going this way. Okay, so I'm trying to get you to gently load. Okay, I'm going to step down, then I'm going to come back up and alternate. So here I am. I have this if I need it. I have this if I need it. Okay, if you don't need it, well, great, but have it there in case. Okay, so drop your shoulders. So the first rule of using assistive devices, it could be a pole, a walking pole, it could be a cane. Okay, the first rule, look how I'm turning. See how I'm turning? I have my hand, I'm stepping on a totally flat foot. Okay, the knee is bent. I'll move that so you can see the knee is bent as I step down. If you have any sort of a wonky hip, I think I saw Marilyn come on. Hi, Marilyn. I'm thinking of you. See, if you have any kind of a wonky hip, sometimes it's because part of the connective tissues and the muscles around the hip, around the knee, etc., is too tight. Some of them are too lax. So we're going to work that out today. All right. We're going to try to address that through step patterning. And there's a few rules. See, I'm warming up. Here I go. Turn way out here like this. Now step that whole, hold on. Because when you step out into a outturned leg here, you're not going into your toe. You're not going into your heel. You're going into the whole foot comes down, and you do this. So you push the butt back. So even now I can feel one of my hips, the hip that I haven't had done, replaced, gets tight. Yeah, I know, some of the same issues. However, we want to try to work with that, work around that. And it already feels like it's loosening up. Take a big breath. So you guys have a big benefit by coming on with me, who I know firsthand about these kinds of wonky hips and knees and everything like that, because I'm right there with you. Okay, now then, I'm going to step down and step up. Okay, I'm going to do this repeatedly. Now I'm stepping onto 2 inches up. This is 8 inches. Trust me, when you go into an 8-inch, I'll move over here closer. When you go into an 8-inch step and then step down, quite different. Now, some of you came on late. I explained very carefully at the beginning of this workout that you can do every bit of the things that I'm showing you on a stair. Almost everybody has at least 2, if not 1, or a whole stair casing. And when I go into this kind of a step, and right now I'm using 1 lead leg, okay, I'll do about, I don't know, 6 to 10 step ups, okay? I got my pole here. You can use your pole for balance. And you're out there, you may be saying, well, Jeannie, I don't have an 8-inch staff. And I'm like, yes, but you have stairs that you can do the same thing with. And if you don't, then look what I'm doing. Now I've changed my lead leg. See that? I have my stair here. I mean, I have my chair, I'm sorry. I have my chair for safety. It could be a wall. It could be a counter. So what I want you to think about is your shoulder setting. The first rule in using assistive devices, and many of you have gone through a time period where you had to use crutches. Now I'm going to switch. See, I switched. You see that? I switched lead legs. I'm just doing repeated stepping, and I'm stepping like many of you on a 2-inch raised platform. It's the pillow, so it's wonky, right? It's very compliable. Switch, start with the lead leg. Yeah, stay with the lead leg. Why am I wanting you to stay with a lead leg right now? Because I'm wanting you to do like a repeated motion. And I want you to get very level, and I want you to think about, where are your shoulders? When you're stepping into this pillow, 2-inch raise, okay? Number 1, are you taking big deep breaths through the nose? Yeah. Number 2, are you pushing down on your chair or on your pole? Okay, and if you're pushing down on them, how are you doing that? Now I'm staying with the lead leg. See, I haven't switched, okay? Because you're gonna find out, especially those of you who have hips replaced, knees replaced, etc., that you go through periods of time, who knows what you did, and it's a little painful when you step down, which is what happened to me. And I noticed I was walking wobbly, and I'm like, what did I do? Because what was I doing? I was doing a neuromuscular phenomenon called avoiding. And you don't even choose to do it. You just do it. Okay? Tight tummy. And I noticed that I was really like doing funny things with my hip to avoid that little tiny slight little pain that I had in my hip, the replaced hip. Okay? All I had to do was walk around with an assistive device. It could be a pole, it could be a walking pole, it could be what we use here in class. See, I'm staying with that lead leg. Now I'm going to switch. okay? When you switch, pause, take a big breath, and step in and back, okay? Step in, keep your shoulders down. And that's what I wanted to tell you. One of the first rules of using an assistive device, and I don't care if you're using a chair to help you stabilize, I don't care if you're using a cane, I don't care if it's crutches. The biggest mistake I've seen repeatedly that I will do too, if I don't think about it, is do this with your shoulder. Yeah, you do this, and then you step up. No, we don't want to do that, okay? So now I'm on the other leg. I'm holding gently my hand here, okay? And I'm stepping up to 2 inches. However, if I step up on my 8-inch step stool, that's quite a different lift, okay? So when you do this and you're on the stairs that you have in your home, I will challenge you. Those of you who have hip issues, knee issues, feet issues, shoulder issues, do a set of 30 step-ups. And maybe even figure out how you can do it 2 or 3 times in your day. Do you notice that I switched? Yeah, I switched. Now I'm stepping repeatedly with the leg that I noticed I was walking weird. I was walking crooked, thus the wobbly kind of appearance when you're walking. That's not how we're supposed to walk, okay? So you need to address the too tight muscle or the too lax muscle, okay? You need to do it safely. That's why I have this pole, I have this chair. See there? So I can tell you right now, I'm putting proper full pressure and I don't have that pain because I took all this morning when I was walking around, I noticed that I was walking crooked and I used a pole, a walking pole, a cane, whatever, to try to straighten up my walk. That's my point of this whole workout today. Many of us give into and try to move around whatever little pain or little catch or little whatever that we have. If we have replaced hips, replaced joints, if we've had plantar fasciitis, if we've had Achilles tendonitis, and we start walking weird, that causes even more pain and it will kick up back problems actually very quickly. That's why I'm giving this session today to make you understand that we all go through. Now I'm going to switch. See? Now I'm going to the other lead leg. Okay? Big breath. And I'm staying in that. And as I come down, I'm hip hinging. Many of you, when you go down off of a step, I don't care if it's 2 inches or 8 inches. You know what we do? We round our back. Yes, we do. Don't do it. Drop your shoulders. Yes. Hip hinge. See that hip hinge? See, I'm hip hinging. And then I'm shifting. See? Shift. So the point is I'm getting you ready to do an overload. Okay? And that's why I'm doing a lot of same-sided. I'm staying with the same side to work up to some overload that I'm going to present to you today. Okay, so stick with me. And if Chrissy, see how I switched? Now I've switched. Now I'm in this wonky leg of mine. Okay, but everything applies. Drop your shoulders. When you go to step, you do a hip hinge. Don't flex your back. Okay, you can do all of this And when you go to a 6 or 8 inch step, that's when you're going to start getting the load that I'm trying to work you up to. Okay. So take everything I've just said and say, I'm going to take that challenge. I'm going to do 30 step ups. Okay. You do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Yeah. Now I'm going to switch. Are you ready? I'm going to switch. Okay. Here I go. And when I go into the step up, I don't bend my back. I don't bring my shoulders up. I hip hinge right there. Hip hinge. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, drop your chin. Breathe into that nose. And when you say rib cage up and you drop your shoulders, just by virtue of doing that, you pull your stomach in. And you didn't even say, I didn't even say, pull your stomach in. See? Take a big breath. Yeah, if you're on the 2-inch lift or a higher lift, okay, it could be a chair. Take a big breath. So once we've done that, see, I'm going to turn my chair around here. And some of you might be ready to do what I'm going to show you on a chair. Some of you will not be. Some of you, I'm going to put my little rod down there. Some of you will be on this, okay? So I'm going to put that there. Here's my little 8-inch stool. And I'll switch, but I know you are doing, the only reason I'm doing it like this and I'm not doing it on my stairs is because you couldn't see me. So whatever I'm going to do here, you take this as a challenge that you're going to do this on whatever stair you find that has a good rail, okay? So here I am, and I'm going to be right here, and I'm going to come down, and I'm on my toes, and I'm going to come up, okay? And I'm going to come down and up, and down and up. So I'm pressing into the seat of my chair. 1, 2, 3, 4. My back is very straight. My elbows are soft. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down, come up. Press in to your shoulders. Breath. Breath, 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 breath. Step down, switch your lead leg. Are you ready? Back is extended. Switch your lead leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, here we go, and 10. Press back, come up, and press your hips forward. Release your hips. Press your hips forward. As you're pressing forward, drop your shoulders. And you should be breathing deeper. Bend your knees, or soften them, I should say. Toes are forward. Release your butt muscles. Open your hips right here. Drop your shoulders. Big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Push. Push into the front of the hips and then come out of that. Yay. Okay. Now we're going to come back to this in just a second. But this is what I want to show you. Okay. What if I put my foot up here, just like this? And let's say you have a chair there. Okay. You have a chair there. I'll put this here. I'm just on the floor. Okay. Put your foot in the seat of the chair. Press down on your chair back. Lean in as far as you feel you can with your toe and your knee heading forward. See that? So my foot is solid on my chair, okay? Now, back in the day, when I had two good knees and two good hips, yeah, we would stand all the way up on the chair. You could do it on a lower height. But here's what I want to show you. All of what we did is leading up to this move right here, okay? Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to act like I'm going to stand into this leg, but I'm not, okay? Don't do anything unsafe. Number one, press down. You come up to the toe and you start to feel the loading here, but it doesn't happen. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm pressing down on the chair, down on my shoulders. I'm pushing up on the lower leg, the floor leg, and I'm acting like I'm going to put pressure to stand up on this leg, but I don't. Right there, right there, right there. Press, press. And you go up until you feel this engagement right there. Breath. So I'm not only training my quad here, okay, that has the big titanium rod in it, but I'm training my hamstring back here. This is excellent, but look at what we had to do in order for me to get you to this point. Okay, then I'm going to come down, I'm coming down. You should be feeling that right there. Okay, and if you need to put your chair up against a wall to be very, very safe, we'll do it. Okay, you ready? Take a big breath, turn that toe out. The foot that was on the chair, turn it out. Bring it back. Turn it out. Bring it back. Recovery. Okay, you ready? Now, I'm going to put my other foot up in the chair. Okay? Here's my hip replace side. Here's my knee replace side. But I'm going to put a whammy on these in such a way that I preserve my joints, but I finally get a real functional strength move. So do you see how I reached out to my chair here? I didn't bend my back. I hip hinged forward. Put my hands right here on the chair. Do not push out on your chair. Push down, okay? Do not push out with your foot. Push down. Then the lower leg comes up to the toe. So what I want you to do is don't do any jumping. I'm not jumping, I'm doing a pulse, okay? Drop your shoulders, breathe in through your nose, press down, and then you act like you're going, you know how it is climbing up into a chair and getting something up the closet. That's what we're doing, but we're not going on up. We're doing a gentle, very effective strength loading of our whole body with this move, okay? So I'm trying to think, what am I going to call this? This is a this is a fake out. This is a fake out chair climb. That's what this is, okay? So when you see that in the bylines, and you want to start learning how to use your stairs and your steps in your house more effectively to help you get stronger, that's the one you're going to pick up. We're going to put chair climb, fake out. So no, I'm not going to put full weight and go on up. That would be dumb. That would be unsafe. However, pressing down through the shoulders, down in the hands, going into the toe box of my lower leg, enough to put pressure right here as if I were going to climb up onto the chair. That's That's the setup. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your knees soft. Breath, breath. Push into the front of your leg that's in the chair. Take a big breath, breath, breath. Yeah, stay with it. And some of you might say, well, how long do I do this little toe press? You notice I said toe press. I did not say jump. Now, if you want to jump and you're able to jump, well, great. It's a spring. It's not a jump even. It's a little springy action. Drop your shoulders, tighten your tummy, breath, breath, breath. Okay, 3 more. Okay, here we go. 1 more. And bring it down. And bring it down. Right this moment, you turn that toe out, you should feel a little shaky. Yes, that's what we want. That's what we want. You can achieve all of this by doing the repeated step into your stair. Whatever your stair is that you have in your house, that's where this is all started from. Okay, now we're going to repeat that in just a second. But right now, we're going to ease up the back. We're going to put our hands right here to the front. Step wide. Push my butt back. Now, once you're in this position, a little different here. Take one hand, I don't care which, and go under. All the way under, and you're looking toward your hand that's going under. Then you come back. Then you push your butt back more. Then you press into the heels. Take the other hand. I call it threading the needle. And I'm looking at that hand as I'm pulling forward through that little box that I created with the chair and my arm. I'm going to do it one more time. Press back into your heels. Big breath. Reach. Look underneath. You're on your heels here. Actually, all 4 corners, but a little more on your heels. Come back, push back. Then go under. Push. Push into that whole foot. Push. And then come back. Take a big deep breath. Hang on and go to your elbows. If it bothers your elbows in this position, put the wider end of the pad on your chair. Drop into your elbows, but push your shoulders down. Step back. Step back. And you're in a chair low plank. Take a big deep breath. Push your butt up. Then come back in. Then bring a knee in. Place that back. Bring the other knee in. And now you're ready for the next move from the chair. Pull. Pull. Keep your tummy tight. Keep your butt down. You're going to want to raise your butt. Try not to. Keep it tucked. Drop in through the elbows. In through the elbows with your shoulders down. Breath, 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 breath. You don't have to go fast here. Just keep a nice rhythmic move going. Pressing into the elbows. Do not raise your butt. You're going to want to, but don't. Breath, 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 breath. One more, one more. And come back. Push into the hips. Yeah. And then come back up. Take your hands way out in front of you. Drop your shoulders. Bend the knees as if you're riding a little horse. And pull those elbows back. Just like that. Okay? So when I pull my elbows back and I'm in a knee bent position, keep my chin tucked. Pull those elbows back. If you need to go lower, that's fine. If you can keep them at shoulder height, armpit height, That's great. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Come forward, fold them in. Here we go, hinge. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna rotate, and we're gonna try to keep them at the armpit height if possible, okay? I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna push the back legs straight. See how my elbows are? Now bring them in and touch the elbows, touch the hands, drop your shoulders. Take a breath, rotate, step back, okay? Then step with the other leg. Here we go, bring it in, drop your shoulders. You're pushing hard on the back of the foot, straight leg. I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing. I'm like this, okay? Straight leg, drop your shoulders, open, and turn. Now keep your elbows right here if you can. And if you need to drop them, that's fine. Drop them, take a rest, whatever, then come back. Okay, but we're right here. We're pushing into the heels. See this? See this like a little skier? See this? So see, as I drop my hips, you do not see my arms drop, do you? Because they're not. See how I'm doing the little skier? I'm gonna push right there. I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna push. We've done this move, so you know that one leg stays straight, one leg gets bent. And when that one leg gets bent, where does the butt go? Yes, you shine your tail light. That's how you do this move. This is a very good move for people with wonky hips. Okay, this is helping to get everything functioning in balance, but you don't drop your arms here. See, see? It's through the hip. Yeah, the knee, the ankle. That's what it is. Take a breath in through the nose. Drop your shoulders again. You're gonna be, everybody's gonna wanna scrunch up their shoulders. Don't do it. Do the little ski maneuver. See here? So when I go to one side, I bend the knee, but I push the butt back. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. This is loading day. It's just we haven't even picked up weights yet. But we got loaded with our benches, with our stairs, with our positioning. Take a breath. Now bring those arms right into the hip to shoulder hinge. Open. Now open your hands all the way. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Drop and drop. Now, what I just did with you is to set you up to get your loading started. And many of you have shoulder issues. I know it. And you're very afraid to pick up weights. So we did a lot of prep work. I'm putting on my gloves, as you see. I could have had them on to begin with. Anytime you're going to do weight into your hands, grabbing onto things, just put your gloves on. I just forgot. Okay, what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with light weights. Yeah, so I'm going to go all the way down here to what is light for me. So what is light for me will be different than maybe you. But we already did one set. We already did one set of what we're going to do with these weights. I know it. You were getting tired, weren't you? Well, get ready. Here we come. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my little pillow pad, my little balance pad down, because I want to heighten up all the proprioceptive muscles that I have in my body, and I'm going to work my upper body. Okay. So here I'm going to be on my little balance pad. Warning, anytime you go into a split stance, I don't care if it's on the floor, walking is a split stance, I might remind you. What you tend to do when you go into an unbalanced situation in a split stance, is you tend to automatically turn your toe out. See, that turns the hip out. It's a whole different move. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is keep your toe forward. If you're having trouble balancing, don't use this pad under the front foot, number one. Number two, if you want to work on it, then go wider. But don't turn that little foot in the back out, okay? So here I am with very light weight, okay? My shoulders are dropping. I'm in a split stance, and I'm gonna just come like this, and I'm gonna come like this, and my hips are forward. See, my hips can't be forward if I turn my toe out, okay? So drop your shoulders, split stance. I'm putting pressure in the front leg, it's bent. I'm gonna go boom, boom, and then I'm gonna go out and in. I'm gonna go punch. So I'm gonna go tap, I'm gonna go tap. I'm gonna go out and in. I'm gonna go punch and punch. Take a big breath. We start with tapping and tapping. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up. Breath. Yeah, then we come up, we bring it down, and we go punch, and we go punch. So we go tap, tap, we bring it up, and we go punch and punch. One more. Tap, tap, bring it out. Then we're gonna go punch and punch. Bring it down. Now, if you stayed with me this whole time, you had a bent knee, and you were struggling for balance because you had your foot on the pillow, you're feeling it in your hip. Yes, that's loading. That is exactly what we want. Now I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put my other foot pretty much in the middle, okay? Then what am I concerned about? What am I doing with my back leg? Yeah. So take a breath, drop. Yeah, we're gonna start the very same way. The knee in the front is bent. I'm pushing into my foot. So what I've created in doing this is a more challenging push-pull, okay? But it's still gentle, okay? So the back leg is pretty straight. Front leg is bent. Here we go. I have light weights here. I'm gonna go tap and tap. Let me remind you, the first thing I would do when I come in right now, if I came into your room, is I'd stand behind you. And when you go into this, I would make sure that your hips are staying forward. They're looking forward, see? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, bend my elbows, drop my shin, bring it up, then bring it in and go punch and punch. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, breath. Here we go, up, bring her in, go punch, punch. Here we go, tap the shoulder, tap the shoulder. Here we go, fly. Then we go punch and punch. So all this motion is designed to push you off, okay? All your proprioceptive muscles in your body have to heighten, have to be on guard, or you're gonna be in the floor. That's what it's for. Here we go. Punch, breath through the nose, tap, tap. Drop your chin, drop your shoulders. Ah! Then go punch, punch. Drop your shoulders. Tight tummy. Tap, tap, fly, and then punch and punch. 2 more. Here we go. Tap, tap. Drop your shoulders, drop your chin, fly, punch, punch. 1 more. Here we go. Tap, tap. Woo. Here we go. Punch and punch and bring it down and come off. And you should be feeling that. Now, I have a replaced hip. I do not have the same burning sensation in this hip as I do this one. Yeah, everything's different when you go through these kinds of joint replacements, okay? Take a big deep breath. Yeah. Now we're gonna just do a hip hinge. And you remember the one that I did where I threaded the needle? So I'll do it here in front of my chair. So I'm gonna come right here. And I'm gonna go under, bring it in, and I'm gonna go under, bring it in. So in this stance, very extended back, very big hip hinge, drop my chin. Here I am. I'm gonna go under, pull, and then under, pull, under, pull, with the elbows going back, under, pull, under, pull, under, pull, under, pull. Take a breath, stay down, stay into the heels, drop your chin, go under one arm, under the other arm, now pull back. Now go all the way down. Put them right in front of your toes. Okay, right there. Watch what you do with your back. Now drop your hips. Drop your hips, bring those weights up, and then come up. Nice. Okay. Now we're gonna address the back of the arms, the back of the upper shoulders, okay? So stay with me. I still have light weight here. So I'm gonna come into a hip hinge, a high hip hinge. Act like you're sitting on a stool, okay? A stool. It's like a high chair. Drop your chin. Drop your chin. I'm just trying to create havoc with my teachers. Here we go. See here? See that? This is a big move. Get it right. Are you ready? Heels, pull, now press. Now stay in that move. See this? See this? Stay in that move. Make sure your shoulders are down. They're down probably more than they're back. Because if you push your shoulders down, you will be rotating them back just right. So concentrate, if you're going to concentrate on one thing, push into the heels, say rib cage up. That's a given. Keep your chin tucked. And then concentrate on dropping your shoulders as you do this little pumping action. See this? And again, this is lightweight. So these are sixes for me. Take a breath, stay in this body position. So you're really pushing into your heels. Push. Stay with me, stay with me. Keep your chin tucked. So you guys know, Kathy knows this. When I'm using light weights, I tend to do a lot more repetitions. So, you know, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me, drop your chin, breath, breath, stay down, yeah, you'll come up if you don't keep pushing down. Okay, come up. Yes, that was called a pre-fatigue. Now I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna put my little weights in a little rack. I'm gonna go up. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 9. Okay, so now I'm at 9. All right. So now, do you remember at the very beginning? Do you remember the very beginning? The little presses that we did off the chair? Do you remember that? Okay. So I think you're seeing me. I'm gonna pull this back just a bit so that you really see what I'm doing. And again, I'm highlighting the step, Many of you have steps in your home, okay? You have them. You just haven't used them to their full advantage. Don't look at them as your enemy. They are your friend. So here's what I'm going to encourage you. I have 9 pounds in my hand, both hands. So that's 18 pounds coming down through my shoulders, through my hips, through my knees, through my feet. 18 plus, right? Plus my body weight. Okay. Act like you're going to take a full step up here, but you don't. Okay, you remember this drill? We had our foot on the bench. We started with that one high. I did that purposely when you weren't so tired. See, I knew what we were going to do today. Okay, drop your shoulders. Act like you're going to step up, but you don't. See? Stay in the move. See this? Yeah. Now I'm doing this with 18 plus pounds. Yeah. See that? See, I don't go off the bench with my supported leg. What's my supported leg? The one on the pillow that's doing all kinds of gymnastics to keep me on balance. Drop your shoulders in through the nose, and you're not going fast. You're just acting like you're going to come off this 2 inches, but you don't. That's the point. You're doing a single leg stance, but you're doing modified single leg squatting. So whenever that I put my leg down, I want you to notice this. I don't shift my weight. It just stays in the front leg and it just drops. Yeah, 2 more. Yeah, 1 more. Okay. This is the way that you load appropriately, build strength in those around those joints, and you don't hurt your joint. Okay? So here, this is my Waterloo. This is my challenge leg. This used to be my good leg. It was always my other knee that I injured when I was 20. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to push the butt back. Okay, I'm on target. Drop your shoulders. Breath through the nose. Act like you're going to put your toe up and stand fully up, but you don't. So you got to stay in the move, right? So I'm right here. I want to try to stay level, level, level. Yes. Keep that knee soft. Just tap. Don't go fast. Stay in the move. Whoop, I caught my toe and I caught it. And you're going to do that. The thing is, you catch yourself. You have enough balance training, enough strength that you can catch a toe here and there and not fully go down. That's what I'm trying to impress upon you. Breath, stay in the move, stay down. Make those muscles around that hip, around that knee, in the back, in the gluteal, lower leg, work. Okay, because when we have a joint replacement, you don't even know it, but we baby it. Okay, and at first for good reason, but then we don't realize we're getting weaker. Okay, breath, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. 2 more, 1 more, and come down. How do you feel? Take a big breath, bring those weights up. Let me check my time. Big deep breath. Whoop. Yeah, we are right there. Big breath. So now I've changed my focus of my weights. So here I am, right up here, and I'm going to finish it with high, controlled squats. Okay, so I'm going to stay really high at first. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. I'm gonna go down into my heels. Keep my knees soft. Breath. 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 Push back. Keep your chin tucked. Woo. Take a big deep breath. So let me remind you what we're doing right now with our medium weights. I have 9 and 9. We're doing a move that has been suggested by almost any health practitioner that I know, that people that are in their retirement years need to be doing these at least 30 every day. Okay? Yeah, squats, but do them properly. Okay? Stay with me. We're going to do 5 more. Stay with me. Breath. Stay into the heels. Come fully up. Squeeze the butt, then release. Squeeze, now release. Breath. 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 Okay. Last 1 or 2. Here we go. Woo! And bring it down. And shoulders to the ears and drop. Shoulders to the ears and drop. Go into your toe box. Into your toe box. Into your toe box. Into your toe box. Breath and breath. Okie dokie. Put those weights in their holsters. And I didn't have time to get into the bands, so that's coming on Wednesday. Be ready for it. Take a big breath, give yourself a big hug, and pull your shoulders forward. Yeah, drop your chin, pull your shoulders forward. It'll feel so much better. Hope that helps.